Pat Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
Good morning, Americans. It's Friday.
Thanks for being here. Great to have you with us. Right on the precipice of a weekend. Feels good, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
888-900-3393. Also, Pat Unleashed on Twitter. All kinds of stuff. And we actually had a request. Did that come to you, Keith? Yeah, there was somebody asked us to just talk about music the whole whole time. Don't even tempt me. I could easily be persuaded to do that.
I forgot I
Easily.
sent that to you.
Without being able to play a lot of it, though, it kind of
Yeah.
slows it down
dampens
a little
it.
bit.
Yeah, because back in the day,
you just do it.
you'd play the songs that you talked about.
Even just parts of them, just to
right.
get a feeling for it.
Yes, not the whole thing.
Yeah.
But takes a little bit of the fun out of it, but I'd still do it.
Yeah.
All right.
So who's the greatest band of all time, Pat?
Oh, my gosh. I can answer for Pat.
Can you?
Yes.
All right.
Boston.
I thought he'd go with Foreigner.
Yeah, they're pretty close to tied for number one in my mind.
Foreigner's the greatest band. Okay, I'll give you a greatest band, Boston, greatest album, first one.
Yes,
Okay.
no question.
See, look, we can do this without you.
Boston's
Hi, I'm
debut
Pat
album.
Gray.
Yeah. Yes, it is my favorite album of all time.
No. Is it the greatest album of all time?
Yes, it's the most perfect album of all time. There's not a bad song on that. You can listen to it and I have 40 years straight and not get sick of any of the tracks on it. So good. So good.
I will say, not whenever the last time we took a trip and hearing the Boston songs on that trip, I was reminded of how good they were.
Yeah, they were good. They were really good.
I didn't go home and break out my Boston LP, but I did. I was reminded of how good they were.
You know, and the thing is, they were way ahead of their time. Nobody was making music like that in the 70s. The layered guitar sound they did. They innovated that. They brought that to be, and that's probably why they. You know, I keep going back and forth on whether or not they deserve Rock and Roll Hall of Fame status. I think they do. Certainly,
probably
based
in
on
today's
who's
world.
in there.
Yeah, in today's world,
Yeah.
yes.
And the influence they had.
Yes. Because that's why you're getting in
Really
today, right? Is the influence you had on other Hall of Famers.
Yeah, many of them do.
Yeah.
Yep. Because there's some bands you barely even heard of, if you have heard of them
At all.
getting into the Rock Hall of Fame.
Right, and then there's icons like the Connells that get just passed over that
Right.
you hate to see.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Didn't seem like
So
you were on board with that take.
really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Weird.
Weird. Yeah, very weird.
Yeah, I expected a little bit more support on that one.
Speaking of music, somebody just sent us this. Our Bee Gees pick.
Oh, no.
There we are as the Bee Gees. I don't know why somebody took the time to do that, but there we are.
I would like to point out how tight your pants are, gentlemen. I'm dressed for comfort.
What's wrong with
Because see
that?
that right there? Like mine are a little bit loose, so I appreciate the comfort fit there.
You're assuming that that's not comfortable.
Yeah, I'm assuming.
You would be wrong.
I would love to have that
70s.
much hair.
Sums the whole thing up.
Yeah, it does.
The 70s. Those are the kind of pants you wore back in the 70s.
That's
We're-
what my grandfather told me.
Yeah.
We're going to be begging for the 70s by the time the Biden economy's done with us.
That's for sure. That's for sure.
Hey, we got our deposits yesterday, by the way, if because the government's just printing money if you have kids.
Oh, did you get yours?
Yeah.
You did?
There it was.
You get yours, Chevy?
Yeah.
Should have gotten some.
Yeah, no.
No?
No.
You didn't get any?
Check your
Come on.
deal.
You had to have. You had to have gotten some.
Don't tell me what I
All
have to
right.
have done.
Okay. Is there
They're just printing money.
is
man.
there more time where it could
Yeah,
land in
yeah.
your bank account?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
They started yesterday, and it's going to be every month for the next year.
Every month.
Yeah.
For a year.
$250 for each kid.
Unbelievable.
And if you
That's
have kids under,
unbelievable.
if 6 or under, then you're going to get $300 each kid for 12 months.
The cutoff's at what?
I-
150 or something?
Oh, it must have been 7 million if I qualified.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's see. Income qualification. I don't know.
That's unbelievable. So it's a minimum. It's a mincome is what it is. And they're just not calling it that. It's minimum income but they're just calling it what, a tax break or something for people.
It's a tax credit.
Tax
Yeah,
credit.
yeah, and that's what they're going to call it eventually when you get the vaccine and prove that. They're going to give you probably money for that at some point, as well as penalize you for not getting it. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, it's just fun, right? Having
fun.
a government just
Money
prints
for
money
nothing
and deposits.
chicks for free.
Yeah,
And just give it to us. Just keep giving it to us. Especially the chicks for free.
No doubt.
You know, we already got the money for nothing. Let's get the chicks for free. Ah, man.
I want my MTV.
Yeah. 888-900-3393. Also, here's what we finally found out what happened at the George Floyd Memorial site. Apparently, it wasn't lightning.
It was not
Really?
lightning.
Yeah, do we have
what?
the
Oh,
the
no.
Kool-Aid guy burst?
Oh, back with a
That guy-
vengeance.
That guy can't be trusted.
Oh yeah! And he burst through and
Whoever
started
came up
singing
with
about
here, where in a
Kool-Aid's
smile.
here. Yeah,
Whoever
So.
came up with that, I want to be their best friend.
that's brilliant. I love it. That's really good. That's what they should paint on there right
Yes,
now.
they should.
That'd be funny.
Now, if you did that, if somebody started painting that right now, oh my
Oh.
gosh, they would be dragged out in the street, beaten,
might be
to,
beaten
death.
to death.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, if that had been a mural of Christ, right, that was hit by lightning, then the left
be
would
fine.
be laughing. Ah, look at that. God doesn't like Jesus and all this stuff. That would be fine with. But if it's George Floyd, oh my gosh,
Yeah. Yes.
I still think that's funny.
You said George Floyd isn't Christ? Okay. Whatever.
That would be news to some people, it seems like. I mean, the way they have deified the victims, it's just incredible. It's incredible, especially
Yes.
George Floyd.
Oh, man.
I mean, he's become sainted,
Yep.
sacred, and you dare not mess with
You think
any of those tributes.
bigger saint than TV's Rob down the hall for bringing you donuts this morning? Because you dubbed him a saint this morning for
did.
bringing donuts.
No, but he's under George
He's
Floyd.
under
of
George
course.
Floyd.
Yeah.
Please.
Okay.
Yeah, come on.
I apologize for even bringing it up.
Yeah. Plus, today is National Emoji Day or something.
Tomorrow is World Emoji Day.
World Emoji.
I mean, we're celebrating worldwide tomorrow.
Okay.
So I mean, you can start today. There's nobody stopping you. Go ahead.
Oh, he's Mr. Emoji. When he sends texts
Yeah,
and tweets and
Can't
stuff,
get enough of the emoji
he
thing.
communicates in emojis.
I really do. My wife has
no.
fallen in love with emojis. Jeez. And I'm like, I'm sorry. I'm not going to search through 12,000 emojis to find.
You don't have to
Some
start.
cute
But
thing.
once you get the ones you want, they pop right up.
Well,
Do they?
there's a rumor that there might be even more emojis now.
Is there
on
there's
the
a,
iPhone?
a pregnant man emoji?
I don't know
on
if
the
this is a
iPhone?
joke or what's happening here. I don't know
Huh.
if that's like post buffet guy or what.
Yeah.
But people are thinking it's pregnant man. So there you
Well,
go.
That is unbelievable.
I don't know that that's real, but you have an iPhone. See if it's there.
Yeah.
Well, while we're on the air, I'm going to
course.
scroll through all the emojis.
Well, we'll talk for you while you
Or
do
you
the
talk for
research.
me.
Yeah. Okay. So Pat's
Whatever.
reaching for his bag here. He's gonna have to turn on the phone since
Yeah.
he rarely uses the device that he carries around for no good reason. But he's gonna look and see if there's a pregnant man in his iPhone, and everybody should be doing this right now.
Everybody.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, Jeffy and I are left out. We have boring Android.
Yeah, I can't do that.
So no pregnant.
No.
Okay, where
Because
do
there's so many opportunities for us to use that emoji in our conversations. Pregnant dude.
I'm not even. How do I find? Where do I go to get the
Oh boy!
emojis?
All right, never mind. Never mind.
The Jackie show
Just
you.
put it down.
I don't even.
Just put it down.
I mean, sometimes
a
there's a-
listener will do it. A listener.
Sometimes
will do
there's
it.
a thing
If you have
that
an
pops up.
iPhone, let us know.
No, this is good.
Yeah, I don't know.
Good stuff. It's good.
This newfangled equipment.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
It's only been around since 2007. Give me a chance to learn it. Okay. And then when I get it down, we'll talk.
Okay. All
Okay.
right.
We'll talk.
All right.
I can't believe that Apple hides those emojis like that.
I know. I know. You would think they'd want you to use them.
Right. you think
Quicker
they'd
access.
make it available.
Sure.
Jeez, but no. No.
It's not.
So that's what I'm saying. It would not take much to get me to just screw off the whole day.
Oh, okay.
And not talk about politics.
Oh.
You know, there was a time when that was our preference, actually.
Yes.
It's still my preference.
I
We
try-
just can't do it.
I
now.
try hard on chewing the fat to do stories that aren't, political. And man, the world just ties into it every story.
Every time. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
I mean, that's specifically why I started at the Mike Show, just so I would have some place, some outlet to not talk
about politics. Yeah.
And even that gets seeped in at times,
know.
depending on your guest and the direction you go.
Ours didn't, right?
No,
didn't talk about
we actually
politics.
didn't. No, we didn't. And that was the very first episode. And
Was it?
And I was just checking the numbers, and you still
Still
have the most downloads
how
at
nice.
themikeshow.com.
I mean, they know that.
How about that?
I've done one, right?
Jeffy's right behind you.
They know that. First of all,
That's at themikeshow.com. Yeah.
First of all,
I was a little
You know
more.
what? The next time he interviews me, why don't you just do it?
I was. There were a couple of.
That's what I'm saying.
I could actually.
He had a couple other hot takes in the conversation.
Did he?
We talked about milk. We talked
yeah,
about spoons.
Mm-hmm.
And the number 18 came up more than one occasion.
So
Bet it did.
there's a reason to listen right there.
Right there.
You actually do have an interesting story.
Oh,
Jeffrey.
you do.
You
No,
do.
Don't.
Oh my
Don't.
gosh.
Don't.
Look, okay, hold on. Time out. I'm sorry. The conversation about you at the press box at the high school football game is priceless.
Oh, there you go.
So get over to atthemikeshow.com. Okay.
All right.
Buy merchandise too.
Maybe you'll pass mine up now, Jeffy. 888-900-3393. What is this video about the Neuroqueer?
Well, as
weirdo
you can see,
chick?
it
What
printed
is
up
that?
perfectly. If you want to hold up to the camera there's the.
Yeah, here's the
there's
printout. So I guess I should know everything I need to know about what it is.
Yeah.
Based on this.
Yeah, there you go. So that should tell you
Video,
everything.
Neoqueer
Weirdo chick.
chick.
Yeah, how shameful that I judged her. I judged her, obviously. But she's trying so hard to be something that she's not, inventing a new word and thinking, and she's so.
All right.
She didn't invent it, but listen to this education we're going to get on this sexuality.
So I'm not an expert or an authority on what neuroqueer means.
You won't make it
but
to the
to
end, Pat.
simplify it and make it easier for you to understand,
Okay.
it's essentially on a base level, it's kind of where your neurodivergent identity and your queer identity, how they interact and intersect.
Right.
Duh.
Also extends to your other identities, such as your race, your socioeconomic class, your ethnicity, etc., and how those things also interact and intersect with your neurodivergence and your queerness. Some ways
Neurodivergence.
that some people may
Pause it for a
practice being
second.
neuroqueer.
So she's not saying neo. She's saying
Oh,
neuro.
she is saying neuro. Oh, so I had it right the first time.
Yeah, it's neuro.
I scratched it
like
out.
Neuro.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay, so I did get it. Okay.
Yeah, neuro.
I would like to point out-
neurological stuff.
Yeah. I would like to point out the 20-second mark. Her kid, you could hear in the background, was telling her, "Hey, you gonna feed me tonight? I'm gonna make these stupid videos for TikTok." And so that really kind of dampened it a little bit for her,
Yeah.
I think. But no, she's trying so hard, Pat.
She's-
so hard to be weird.
Let's see the rest.
Can range from theoretical thought experiments to social justice work methods. A good example may be something like deciding to represent your gender identity in an intentionally queer way as a way to subvert hegemonic ideas of gender performance.
Yeah,
It's
hegemonic
a fairly
ideas.
new term,
Subvert
so it is very
hegemonic
fluid
ideas. Yeah.
and
It's
the
That's what I was
possibilities are
thinking,
endless.
too.
Oh, the possibilities are
Neuroqueering is a
endless.
rejection of able hetero assimilation. Counter
Able hetero assimilation.
What is the editing she's doing, too?
And I'll put a link in the comments for
because
where I
she's
got
looking
this
up the words that
information
she's
from.
saying.
An
Yeah.
article called An
Yeah.
Introduction to Neuroqueer. For anybody else who may be watching this video,
Yeah.
I'm really curious, especially because this is such a new term,
Sure.
what neuroqueer means to you. I would really love
Nothing.
it if you would stitch this video or duet or write something in the comments just about what
I'll write something
it
in the
means
comments.
for you, or how you
She has no
portray
idea what
that,
it means.
or
She's
how
saying,
you
"Hey, it's
embody,
fluid. What's
being
it going to mean,
neuroqueer.
y'all?" She's just
Unbelievable.
going along for the ride, and I don't know what's going on here and here and here, but it's pretty intense.
That's some weird stuff.
That's very weird.
In whose conception, under what paradigm?
Reminds me of this guy.
Yeah, no
I'm
doubt.
just resisting. What am I resisting?
What are you resisting?
I don't know.
know.
The collectivization of manufacture.
Right.
The institutionalization of the human
psyche.
psyche. I'm not sure.
Sure.
But I can tell
I
you
don't
one
know.
thing. This is a symbol of reversibility that can never eradicate the gun from the earth.
I was thinking the same thing right before he said it.
It was awesome.
Weird.
That
Took
makes
the words right
much
out of
more
my-
sense than that.
Yeah.
That guy was way ahead of his time.
He was. Yeah, he was. Now I think he's in prison, isn't he?
Yeah.
Isn't he in jail?
No, he got out.
Oh, he did?
Right.
Ooh, I don't know.
Cody.
Yeah, Cody.
I always look this up, and we never
Cody
remember.
had a few issues.
He did.
Yeah.
He
So,
did. I think I still have one of his 3D printed
Oh.
sharks or fake guns or something somewhere.
Cody Wilson.
yeah, Cody Wilson.
Mm-hmm. All right. It's going to take a minute here.
Is he still? I think he is.
So basically, he made tons of money off of Bitcoin, went and blew it in Asia with some individuals
Yes,
that he
with
shouldn't
some
have been with.
individuals. Yes.
Apparently. Let's see here. So he was. So he registers. He's just 475 hours of community service, fine and restitution.
Oh, he's not. He never went to jail.
Yeah, probation. 7 years of probation in 2019. So as of 2026, my Keith math is working out this early in the morning. Sounds
Probation
like
is over.
yeah.
Huh.
So he's
Good for him.
out.
How about that? All right, let me tell you about Tommy John. Apollo is Tommy John's newest and most advanced men's underwear yet. With a performance-grade, dry-release fabric blend that is exclusive to Tommy John. It's Tommy John's latest comfort innovation. You can't get it anywhere else. I loved their innovations before this innovation. I can't imagine how great this must be. Apollo men's underwear is proven to keep you drier and up to 7 degrees cooler.
Oh, nice.
That's
love Tommy
fantastic.
John. I love them so much.
7 degrees cooler
It makes all the difference.
than regular cotton underwear. That's fantastic.
I could be a fan of that.
Yes. That's what. That's why Tommy John doesn't have customers. They have fanatics, and I'm one of them. Keith is one of them.
Mm-hmm.
With over 15 million pairs sold, men across America love Tommy John underwear because there's no more flipping, sticking, or chafing.
Well said.
They're the most comfortable underwear I've ever worn. The loungewear, I just live in it. Frankly, as soon as I get home, that's what I put on. And right now, you can get 20% off your first order at TommyJohn.com/unleashed. Go to TommyJohn.com/unleashed for 20% off your entire order. TommyJohn.com/unleashed.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
Interesting admission from Jen Psaki yesterday, huh? Really? You're working with Facebook to show them which posts you want deleted.
And Potter.
helpful.
And Potter.
And Potter?
Yeah, I mean, you just...
Harry Potter?
No, you said you're working for...
Oh, I see.
Okay, you let the audience down yesterday when you didn't address Mary on the phone in a particular way, so I thought I would jump in there. And
Wow, Mary called and I didn't...
Yeah, and so the people on Twitter, all the Pat heads were like, whoa, Pat interacted with a Mary and we didn't get a George
Don't you
Bailey.
know me?
Don't you know me?
Thank you.
Mary!
So I couldn't let it go.
Don't you know me, Mary?
But really, we already knew that she knew him because she called.
Well, yeah. That's,
Okay, I mean, that's a thinking man's point right there, Jeffy. I'm surprised that one came out of you.
But Jen Psaki revealing that they are in cahoots with Facebook,
Right.
flagrantly violating the First Amendment.
Came out and admitted
It's
this.
unbelievable. Here's what she said.
With these social media platforms, and those engagements typically happen through members of our senior staff, but also members of our COVID-19 team. Given, as Dr. Murthy conveyed, this is a big issue of misinformation, specifically on the pandemic. In terms of actions, Alex, that we have taken, or we're working to take, I should say, from the federal government.
Yeah, what are
we've
those?
increased disinformation research and tracking within the Surgeon General's office. We're flagging problematic posts for Facebook that spread disinformation.
Right.
We're working with doctors and
Right there.
medical professionals to connect connected medical experts with popular who are popular with their audiences with accurate information and boost trusted content. So we're helping get trusted content out there.
Yeah, they're
we also
helping.
created the COVID Community Corps to get factual information into the hands of local messengers. And we're also investing, as you all have seen, in the president's, the vice president's, and Dr. Fauci's time in meeting with.
Gosh, this is not good.
So they're flagging
Yeah.
The
certain
flagging
posts.
Did you notice when she said that? She pointed to the surgeon, to the, whose office was it? It was there in the White House. She's like, yeah, we're flagging it. We're doing it right here in the White House.
Flagging
we
the
already
posts
know that
for Facebook to delete.
Zuckerberg already talked to them and
Yeah,
emails
I
to
know.
Fauci saying
But for the
that,
government to admit
Yeah.
that they're working with Facebook
Masks
to
are off.
delete people's free speech, That is amazing.
What
That's amazing.
are they so afraid of?
My
Why do they care?
Gosh.
Because they care about the American people having the correct and factual information.
Thank you for setting me
And
straight.
they don't want people to share misinformation.
Right.
I mean,
Right. Because
Thank
people
you.
can't noodle this out for themselves.
No, they obviously can't.
You can't.
Why?
No, so
Where's
Thank
Cardinal
you.
Joe Tobin in all of this?
Where is he?
He needs
I
to
don't know.
chime in at some point.
I don't know. We were talking about who could be a spokesperson for the administration in this battle to get people vaccinated.
right.
They don't need a spokesman because they're just shutting down any sort of negative comments, any sort of anything that isn't absolutely praising the vaccine
Right.
gets deleted now.
I would say that right now, I would say that the actual vaccine hesitant pile is probably at its smallest, because if you've decided not to get it, you're not going to be
swayed.
convinced.
No, probably not.
By anyone coming to your door with information, whether it's someone that you know from your church or a government official. Oh wait, I mean it's not a government official.
What if it's a celebrity?
Yeah, if
though?
it's a celebrity,
If it's a
nice.
celebrity and they come to your door,
Okay, well, I'll listen to them.
like Jimmy Stewart, they could send Jimmy Stewart to your door.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
Boy, that's
Be a little scary too at this
Would be-
point.
the
after he's
coffin
been
would
dead
open
for
and-
yeah, he's been dead for a long time. That would be frightening now.
What if Bill Cosby showed up at your place, Jeffy, and said,
Oh, come on in, Bill.
I got the vial, I got the syringe.
Come on in, Bill. Let's talk.
Yeah, he'd probably administer it through a drink, but anyway.
Okay.
He's fine with that. Business? Did you do? Did the business? 888-900-3393 and at Pat Unleashed on Twitter. So I mean,
There you go.
they're working with Facebook.
Yeah.
So much for, well, they're private companies. You know, they can decide what they want to do with people because you don't have to be on their service. Now the government is involved, and that changes everything.
Your tax dollars at work.
Changes everything. Now you can't tell me that's a private company and they can delete what they want. No, I'm sorry. They can't work with the government to stop free speech in this country.
Well, her argument to that is, their argument to that is that they're not deleting the comments.
they're flagging
they're
it
pointing
for
it
them.
out to Facebook.
Yeah.
You
Go
know,
ahead
hey,
and delete these, and then I guess Facebook can go ahead
Facebook
and
decide. Right.
whether or not they want to delete
Right.
what's been flagged for them.
Correct.
Jeffy needs
Yeah.
to be my spokesperson if ever in office.
Yeah,
That was a good spin right there.
a great spin. It's still
But yeah,
egregious. This is egregious.
they got your fact checkers. They got your I don't know what you'd want to call them, your squelchers. But they're in full force.
It's interesting that they are the purveyors of the facts, though. It is interesting, isn't it?
Yeah.
They're the purveyors of the facts.
Yes.
Just that their information is correct.
Did you want
Right.
to see
Interesting.
one of these?
Right.
Has that ever worked well in the
Facebook
past?
fact
in
checkers?
history?
No, it has
when
not.
leaders and rulers said that their way was the only way, and how we think is how you should think, and if you don't think that way, we'll make you think that way.
That's
I'm
never
trying to
happened,
remember.
though, has it? Has that happened before?
I don't know. I feel
think
like
so.
it. I feel like it has.
I don't think so. Here's a look at what the fact checkers are doing, though, because they're doing a great job
Watch this.
on Facebook.
Alan, where do you get off telling me what I can put in my headlines?
Well, I don't. You can put anything in your headline that you want. However,
Thank you.
if you want to share it on the Facebook platform, my company has been contracted by Facebook in order to make an assessment through which they could put a label on it. I was your content taken off of Facebook? Isn't it still there and available for anybody to read?
It has one of your Orwellian walls in front of
You
you.
know,
Yes.
well, I don't know George Orwell. I
Oh,
don't think he's
just
created
like
that. I
this
don't think
guy.
that's
He knows
exactly
you.
what that is. But he does. You just have to click it, and it removes that label, and
Oh
you
my
can see it,
gosh.
right?
Why should an American citizen have to bypass a filter from you to read a news story on a news website?
Because we're adding additional information. We're not censoring. Censoring is when you take something down. That's not what's happening here. Your story.
Alan, you've delivered several flags onto the National Pulse's page and then had a 30-day suspension on that page. Is that censorship or not?
It's not censorship. I talked with Dr. Barrick. I now have his cell phone. I can call him and we can ask him any.
Wow.
Okay, get him on the phone then. Let's talk to him. Call him. Douche.
Yeah, the next clip though, he is so speechless because he has his own words. Listen to this. This is good stuff here.
Actually, I just want to play a quick quote from the presidential debate, if I can. Here, I got it queued up. Just one sec.
My son has not made money in terms of this thing about what are you talking about? China. I have not had it. The only guy made money from China is this guy. He's the only one. Nobody else has made money from China.
All right, that's all. I don't want to get into that too much. But I did want to go back to an article on Lead Stories from December 14th, where they claimed that Posobiec fabricated a quote that Biden said, "My son has not made money in China." So, Alan, I've played for you the quote. Why did your website claim that I fabricated the quote that Joe Biden just said?
Nice.
I played it for you.
Joe Biden did not say my son has not made money in China. Okay.
He just said it. I just played it for you. Do you need to hear it again?
No, I'm looking. In response, this is what we wrote, and you know this. In response to
you claim that I fabricated the quote
that included China. Your son goes in and he takes out billions of dollars, and the mayor of Moscow's wife gave your son $3.5 million.
Alan, I just played you the quote.
I've got the transcript. I'm looking at the transcript.
Yeah, he's looking at the
transcript. I played you the quote. What do you need to look at the transcript
Have you read
for?
our
Are you
story?
claiming that I made up this video?
Have you read our story?
Yes.
Did you appeal? We flagged you on this, right? Are you still
You did
flagged
flag
on
me on this. You claimed that I fabricated the quote. I just played you the quote. So explain to me why you claim that I fabricated it.
All right, explain it. Go.
That's great.
The section of the quote.
Bro.
The section that I just played.
My son did nothing wrong. Yes, he did.
Alan, I just played
trying
the quote for you.
desperately to get out of this.
I know.
And he can't.
And that's your Facebook fact checkers in action.
Gosh.
That's what you're up against in America 2021.
Did he ever answer the question?
I don't know. It's kind of a winding. No.
That's crazy.
Well, there's no way that he can, right? I mean,
what are you going to do? What are you going to say?
I just played you the quote that you said I fabricated.
Well, I'm looking for the quote, and the quote says that
I'm reading the transcript.
It's in the transcript. I just played you the quote. Why did you say I fabricated it?
Right.
Well, I'm looking at the quote, and I'm quoting the quote from the quotation marks that are on the screen.
Let's go through the chain of custody of your tax dollars.
Yeah.
It goes from your paycheck to the federal government, to the White House, who pays Facebook, who contracts out that guy to silence you on the internet.
Unbelievable.
I know, and it's part of their argument is that he's saying that they don't, they're not censoring, but in event that they're shadow banning, so like if I post something, if you post something, and then Facebook's algorithm just lets it sit there, while that's not censoring because your post is there, they're not sending it out to the people who like or follow you on your social media account, right? So if I follow you and you post something and I don't see that you post something, I have to go specifically to your site to see what you
posted.
posted.
But they didn't censor it.
Correct.
They just kept others from seeing it.
Correct. And they didn't necessarily keep others from seeing it. They just didn't allow it to be seen by the people who have already said that they wanted to follow what you said. It's ridiculous.
Very well explained. Yep. There you go.
Ridiculous.
That's why I stopped using Facebook. Because that's what they do.
Oh, now you're Mr. Twitter.
That's what they do. Yeah. And that's why I stopped using Twitter.
Oh.
You have?
No, I mean, why I would if whatever.
Okay.
Now you just go door to door and tell people what you think about stuff.
That's what I do. Yeah. So I'll be the ones that are there right after the vaccine people.
Pat Gray.
From Novocaine for the soul. Why do the gender freaks always have to explain themselves via word salad? No one knows what it's saying.
It's saying? No one knows what it's saying.
Vern Lundquist tweets, pregnant man or proud Jeffy emoji? Oh, that's a good question. It might be.
Oh, you grew a mustache.
Yeah. Jeffy with a stash. That's all.
Huh.
Right?
Oh, I want to see you with a mustache.
Jeffy's 18 Spoons tweets, Saki's rant could have been summed up much simpler by saying, we're just going to go ahead and use fascism from now on.
Oh, yeah. Well, we were talking during the break that, they actually, I believe now, I don't even know why that guy from Facebook's doing that interview with Posobiec. That doesn't make any sense to me that he's doing that interview. I mean, he was cornered, and it's silly because if that's the case, then they're close. Yeah, they're close to just coming out and saying, they can they're dismantling another team at Facebook that was part of some big program of looking at all these conservatives on Facebook. So they're close to just coming out and saying, yeah, we're censoring. We're pulling the plug. That's all. Have a nice day.
Yep.
We're doing it. Get over it. Tough.
Somebody once said the masks will eventually come off. These
and they're
people.
Close.
And they'll just admit what they're doing because they're too far along.
Yes.
And they don't think anybody can stop them, and they're proud of it. They're proud of it.
Yep.
Boy, Trump bought us 4 years.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And if we don't do something about this in the midterm and put a stop to some of this nonsense, we're in real trouble. Of course, we're in real trouble anyway.
Yeah.
Be even in more real trouble than we already are.
More like realer.
Yeah.
More realer trouble.
It's real.
Like the realist trouble.
All up in here. Creepy Biden Whispers tweets, so when is Facebook going to officially change its name to Fauci Book? I don't know. Soon, perhaps. Hippie Patriot, it's my gang sign. Like that fabulous babe that was doing the vaccine thing. It's her gang
Double
sign.
fat.
Yeah.
I wonder how she's doing.
So we're not to question our government. Since when did they become the thought police and the only ones with the truth? This vaccine stuff is the strangest thing we've ever seen.
So strange.
Yeah, it's getting stranger every day.
I still wear a
Here we
mask,
go.
Hi.
even though I am twice vaccinated. That's my gang sign.
So embarrassing.
Put it back
That's
on,
awesome.
honey.
Oof.
Put it back on.
Man, heaven help us. Lori D tweets, Pat Unleashed would get the vaccine if foreigners showed up at his door. Just saying. I don't know, maybe.
Well, what if Lou Graham was with him?
If is Lou Graham
yeah,
there
we
too?
go. There, Dr. Graham.
If Lou is there, maybe.
Oh, maybe. Still just a maybe.
Yeah, it's a maybe.
And they haven't decided. I mean, the people coming to your door, they're not going to have the vaccine with
No,
them.
some of them do. We just played that yesterday. Right?
North
They're
Carolina.
going door to door in North Carolina, and they have the vax with them.
Oh, well, that's good then.
Isn't that good?
Again,
That's good then.
this is a serial killer version of Jeffy waiting to happen. Yeah, I've got the vaccine right here. My shirt says volunteer. What do you mean it's not real?
What's to stop them? Seriously, have they told us about anything, any kind of identification you need to look for from these people? Not a word about that.
Their point is that they're not government officials.
Yeah.
They're part of the neighborhood
They're
or
not.
part of your community.
Yes, but they should be identifiable in some way to people.
What
right?
stops someone from printing up the county seal?
Nothing
right,
stopping.
and walking up to them. Yeah, see, I'm with.
I don't know why you have to say that on the air. I was already planning on doing that.
Well, it's already deep in his scam mind to begin with.
Do you have a T-shirt that says volunteer?
I just was going to wear a yellow vest.
Do you have a T-shirt
Show
that
up at the
says
door.
something else on it? I think Pat's looking for, since our brains are on the same wavelength. You show up at your door and say, "Look, here, my shirt says what I am."
Right.
That guy he's still tweeting videos out that are absolutely.
Olbermann?
He's really bad.
Oh,
yeah.
You think?
Really bad.
He's been really bad.
Mr. Bush, you're a fascist.
Right.
Get them to print you a T-shirt with fascist
Volunteer.
on it.
Volunteer. This guy. You said he's still making videos.
Oh, yeah.
Are they always overlooking Central Park?
Yeah, he's got his back.
Look at me. I live up here.
Yeah, he's on his balcony. Yeah.
The worst.
And he's always wearing his this one vest and his glasses. He's got his look that he likes.
Well, yeah. He loves to show that off.
Yes.
Yeah, he loves to show the little people that he's just one of, that he's not one of them. It's kind of weird, right? Because here I am up in my Upper East Side residence is a penthouse. And I'm overlooking Central Park. And I make $15 million a year, not like you little people who sicken me. You nauseate me, all of you little people. You just wish you had a view like I have.
Trump is a fascist.
It's amazing that the guy ever finds work anywhere at any time. And I think now everybody's pretty well sick of him, right?
I mean, he's pretty much covered.
Isn't it just his own thing now?
Yeah, he's pretty much covered everything now.
What is his...
I don't know. I just see his tweets from time to time.
Yeah, he's good.
With his videos.
Do you follow him?
I don't know if I do, but I mean, there are plenty of my followers follow him, and then they tag me in his posts, so, which I appreciate.
Just for cannon fodder. They follow him for cannon fodder.
Yes. Yeah. Keith isn't reaching out. Hey Jeff, how you doing?
although wasn't he an early subscriber to Blaze
TV?
Was.
Yes, he was. That's right. We got his $10 a month before just about anybody else.
Yeah.
All right.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
So funny.
Happy to have it.
It's so funny.
Love that. All right. So a Democrat congresswoman was arrested at one of these protests that they're having. She was zip-tied by Capitol Police. They were just marching and chanting, "End the filibuster!" And apparently they broke the law when they entered the building. Who knew that was not legal to do? Well, I wish they would have said something about that you can't enter the Capitol building without authorization. I had no idea that was the case. I
mean, I thought it was the people's building.
Right, that's what I thought, and that's what thousands of other people thought in January. But anyway, this congressperson, Joyce Beatty, said that they're demanding, black women are demanding our right to vote. We're marching to the Senate to send a strong message. What am I missing here? I thought black women already had the right to vote. Am I mistaken in that belief?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. What are you marching for something you already have for? What is that about? This afternoon, 9 people were arrested for demonstrating in a prohibited area on Capitol grounds. At approximately 3:30, the United States Capitol Police responded to the atrium in the Hart Senate office building for reports of illegal demonstration activity.
Oh, no.
After officers arrived on the scene, they warned the demonstrators 3 times to stop. Those who refused were arrested. 2 males, 7 females, transported to USCP headquarters for processing. Yeah, because they're marching for the right for black women to vote.
Someone needs to explain it to them.
Yeah.
I mean,
someone needs to explain it to them.
It's been over 100 years, girls.
It's okay. You can stop marching now. You can go home. It's all. We already took care of it.
Congratulations, you won.
Hey, we already took care of it for you. Get out of here.
Did you read about this in the paper 100 years ago?
You read about that? Hey, girl, did you see that in the paper? You read about this? Where black women have the right to vote. You see this, Kevin?
It's been 100 years, Jay. 1920, man. Seriously.
It's so weird. That is really weird.
Wow.
Seems like they got it right around the same time as white women, right?
Really?
And brown women. And
wow.
Every other color of women. However many there are. So all the BIPOCs got it at the same time.
What about
as the whiteys?
Did the Neuroqueers get to right?
Yes. Yeah, the Neuroqueers, same time. Yeah.
It's amazing. Yes, they did.
Neuroqueers also got the right to vote. The female Neuroqueers.
No matter what pronoun you identify as, you got the right. You were able to do it.
So weird. What a weird world we live in. It just it never ceases to amaze. Also, this is kind of fun. Americans, large majorities of American voters favor the voting rules and restrictions that have been passed in the wake of the months of controversy after the 2020 election. The polling, drawn from national surveys by veteran pollster Scott Rasmussen, indicates that up to 3/4 of U.S. voters are opposed to the looser voting regulations that were put in place for last year.
Right.
Because of COVID-19. They understand that was a one-time thing. We don't have to keep that forever. Let's move past it. A full 70% of voters, for instance, would like a hard election day deadline for mail-in ballots. Duh.
Right?
Who thinks that? Yeah, you should be able to get that 3, 4 days, 5 days after the election's over.
Look at this.
I mean, I think it's in the 60-some%, right? That 60, almost 70% of people think that we should be able to have the count that night, right?
Yeah.
So, all right, let's make that law then.
This is not, I'm not being facetious. There are banana republics that operate election integrity better than we have in the last couple cycles here. I mean, this is
And
ridiculous.
I would never would have believed that just
Right?
a few years ago. I never would have thought that we'd get to this point in America where the election is this uncertain. It's unbelievable to me. A whopping 76% favor requiring voter ID, a photo ID to vote.
What about if you live in the rural area?
Yeah,
or the inner
still,
city
it
area,
doesn't matter
though?
whether you're in the rural or the inner city.
Okay.
The suburbs, the in-between, the outlying areas.
All right, I was just
You're out
asking.
in the country.
I was just asking. Calm
Yeah,
down.
everybody's okay with bringing a photo ID. You know why?
Why is that?
Pretty much everybody has a
Kinko's?
photo ID. It's
And
not that hard.
And a Kinko's?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if you don't have a Kinko's, a lot of people have what they call, it's a newfangled thing. Oh, a phone. Like an iPhone, which can double as a photocopier.
Oh,
as
yeah?
well. Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, smart man? Let's see you do that with your phone right now.
Well, I'm on the air right now.
Okay.
I
Right,
can't
right.
multitask
You
like
can
that. but
demonstrate for us.
Trust me, you
Is
can make it
agreeing
work.
to voter ID one of those compromises that you'd support? I don't think that we should underestimate what
Right. Yeah.
that could
You gotta
mean.
think.
What could that
what
mean?
could it
Oh,
mean?
no.
Because in some
could it
people's
mean?
mind, that means,
That
well,
means
you're
in some
going to have
people's
to Xerox or
Xerox.
photocopy
Or
your ID to
photocopy.
send it in to prove you are who you are.
Sure.
Well, there are a whole lot of people, especially people who live in rural communities, who don't. There's no Kinko's. There's no Office Max.
No,
near them.
come on.
No,
Come on, those are
public
newfangled.
We're talking about voter ID laws.
Voter ID law?
Be clear about who you have in mind and what would be required of them to
Right.
prove who they are.
Oh, my
Right.
gosh.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
suck.
Of course, people have to prove who they are,
Of course.
Of course they do.
but not in a way
but
that makes it almost impossible for them to prove who they are.
Right. Not in a way. They have to prove who they are, but
course they
not
do.
in an impossible way like having an ID. I mean, come on. Who has ID? Right?
Right.
So what
Am
is
I
she,
right?
What is she suggesting for people to prove who they are? A
a
blood
great-
test?
I
You gonna prick
don't-
my
I
fingers?
don't
That
know.
easier? That's more convenient for people?
Wouldn't that have been, I don't know, an interesting follow-up question?
Yes, it would have been.
What are you suggesting, Kamala? What are you suggesting? How do they prove who they are if you don't have a photo ID? And by the way, everyone has a photo ID. Everybody!
That would have gone over well with the
Every living human being!
Kamala would have appreciated that.
Can you use your social security number? Is that too much to
Doesn't
ask?
have a picture.
Right, that's true.
So-
it doesn't have a picture.
So what if you just
So-
come up and say, "Hey, this is who I am"?
That works. Okay,
Does that
cool.
work?
Yep.
That works fine.
Okay.
And say it in Spanish too. They like that.
Arriba, arriba. Thank you. There you go.
Or
me llamo
Say it with me. Si se puede.
Si se podway.
Yeah. You come up and say that, man. You don't even have to give a name. You just
You're
say
in.
that. You're
You're in.
You're voting at least once or twice.
Oh, yeah.
Si se podway. The future is ours. All right, go vote.
Go ahead.
Here's your little ticket.
Letters
little
through.
stub. All right. Yeah. I mean, it's so insulting.
It
It's
is.
so
That's the word.
insulting.
To everybody.
Everybody.
To those that she expects will buy whatever the heck she just said, to those that she's referring to, and I mean, just
And she goes back to 1968 with, no, who has a Xerox machine?
A photocopier.
I get a Xerox my ID. Okay, let's welcome to 1968. Thank you, Kamala. There are so many ways to copy and send a copy of your ID now to prove who you are. There's nothing that could really be easier than that, frankly. You could do it with your iPhone. You could do it at a Kinko's. You could do it at FedEx, Kinko's, whatever it's called now.
I was just thinking, is there an Office Max anymore?
You
Really?
can do it with your printer at home. I mean, you've got some way to do it, right?
Yes.
I don't know. Some of us go into town from time to time. Remember, you used to get on your horse and maybe you're going to get some sugar and some butter at the
pick up some grain
general
for the cows.
store. And so you hitch up your wagon to the horses and you go into town for a few minutes.
I got some cattle.
I'm driving to the town.
Stop off at the livery station.
You put it on your to-do list, right? You're like, oh, after I get done with the blacksmith,
right?
I gotta
shoe my horse, and then I gotta pick up some sugar and some grain at the General Merc.
Yeah. No, I can't do that today. I got to go by the farrier. I can't, man.
It's just not. It's just the world is so crazy. Yeah, I just can't. I can't.
Does anybody believe that these elections are
going home's going to be slower though because I had to sell an ox.
So today may not be the day.
Left.
Today may not be the ID day. I'm going to put that off.
Good thing there's 18 other days to vote early. Then, right? Maybe you try again tomorrow. I don't know. In Texas, there's only 19 freaking days to vote.
That's it, though.
But if the Democrats would get their collective butts back to the Lone Star State, then are we going to up that up to 21 days or something? Or,
I think so. Yeah.
Or at least the hours are going to expand. Something's expanding if they would just get back here.
Well, they took time away on that the last day. Right?
They lopped off an hour on that last Sunday. On that last Sunday, they lopped an hour off.
And then
bastards.
Okay.
So how are you expected to get out there and vote now?
Well, I think you already said it. Any one of the other 18 days.
Yes. Or here's a concept. On election day.
Oh,
how about that?
Wow.
On election day.
Wow.
Which is the only day you can vote in Delaware,
but how can
president's home state.
How can you plan ahead? It's not like you see it on a calendar coming up.
Right, and nobody ever talks about it. Why don't they talk about it?
Good morning, Americans. It's Friday.
Isn't it, though? I love it. 888-933-93. 1 hour till vacation. 1 hour.
All right.
First vacation since Christmas. So, I'm kind of ready.
You want a medal?
No, I just want to go. That's all. I just want to go. Is that a problem for you, Mr. Fat Man? Okay, then shut up.
Are you packed?
Shut up.
You already packed?
No,
stuff?
but I'm going to go home and do that right away.
Really?
So, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Going to Europe? Going on a cruise?
Going to Europe? No. Or a cruise. I'm going somewhere much more exotic than Europe or a cruise.
He's going baby club ceiling.
I'm going to Missouri and Illinois.
M-I-Z, baby.
Yeah.
M-I-Z-Z-O-U, baby. Mizzou.
It's exciting, huh?
Oh, man.
You got a swimsuit packed and some sunscreen. And
Lake of the Ozarks, man. Summertime. This time of year, beautiful.
Right? We're not going to the Ozarks, but still, it'll be exotic.
So you're going to other parts of the great state of Missouri.
Yes, I am.
Wow.
Eat your heart out.
St. Joseph, here he comes.
Got some tweets here. Mustang Vet tweets, will yesterday's protesters be kept in solitary confinement indefinitely too? Asking for a friend. Nicole Archer. You can see how hard it is for Kamala not to cackle. You can see the strain on her face.
Oh, yeah. They just did a big expose on her of how difficult it was to work for her, and they talked to a bunch of past employees.
Like her.
Right.
She's nasty.
Yes, you can tell.
Nasty. Yeah, you can.
You can tell, man. You don't want.
Yes, you can. You can tell she's absolutely hideous.
Yes. Yes.
You can just see it. It's written all over her face.
Sure is.
I am hideous. It's right there on her face.
I don't need a Kinko's to tell me that.
No, I don't have to Xerox anything to find that out.
No.
Tobin for Pope campaign. The Biden administration should just subcontract with all the roofers, gutter pros, and driveway pavers who are already going door to door
in the neighborhood
and have them offer and administer the vaccine.
That's a good idea.
That is. Have a bunch of roofers giving people vaccine. That's a good idea.
That's a good idea.
A good idea. David Johnson, whose pronouns are I, me, mine.
Oh.
Okay, congratulations, David. Thank you for sharing that with us. I was a field supervisor for the census last year. They left me a voicemail about an opportunity a couple of weeks ago. Now I'm wondering if they wanted me to be a door-to-door vax salesman.
Nice.
How about no? How about no?
I mean, if they're going now, so if for an opportunity, now they're claiming that these are volunteers, right?
Yeah.
That they're not being paid for that. I find that hard to believe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who's going to do that on a voluntary basis? Yeah, I want to go door to door and have the door slammed in my face over and over.
I don't know.
Again.
Some of these vax pushers are sycophants, man. Who
Probably,
knows?
yeah. Yeah, if they're really committed to it.
Yeah, well, I mean, they're committed for safety and health, and really concerned about everyone in the world.
Right, thank you,
and
Jeffy.
health and
Lone Wolf tweets, "What are you missing, Pat?" Because that's what I was wondering on the black woman vote thing.
Yeah,
what am I missing here? Because I think they can already vote. Why are you marching for something
you think, but we
already
didn't
have?
actually confirm that.
Right. He says, thanks to the Republicans' new Jim Eagle laws, if a black woman even manages to find a Kinko's, she won't be allowed to enter to Xerox her ID. So they're stopping her from Xeroxing the ID.
Yeah, they're setting her up.
And thus, she won't be able to vote.
Got it.
So that's how it's... it's like when they don't have to eliminate the Second Amendment. All they have to do is make ammo impossible to get. It's kind of like that. You just go around the back way and do it that way, which they're really good at.
Yes, they are.
Really good at.
Yes, they are.
By the way, bug experts have now renamed the destructive gypsy moths because
they want to.
It's an ethnic slur.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're going to
Yeah,
rename
they're going to.
Yeah, they're dropping the common name of the gypsy moth because it's an ethnic slur.
I can't take it.
The Entomological Society of America, which oversees the common names of bugs, how proud they must be. And their families must be proud.
Oh, man. Are you kidding me?
My relative oversees the common name of bugs. How about that?
I know.
That's what they do at the Entomological Society.
What a cool gig, huh?
Yeah, isn't that cool?
You sit around and, you're throwing pencils in the ceiling all day until something like this comes across your desk, and that's a big day.
They announced that for the first time, they've changed the common name of an insect because it was offensive. In the past, they've only reassigned names that weren't scientifically accurate.
They're going to go after a bunch of them now, though.
Really?
Yeah, they've done they're talking about the gypsy moth, obviously.
And gypsy is bad because they're not called gypsies anymore.
It's because
Roma? Is it Roma people?
Romania, from Romania.
They're Roma people.
Roma or whatever, Roma, yeah, something like that. But they, gypsies is derogatory, I guess. But there was a list of bugs that they were going to start looking at for change, like the Japanese and plants. There was one, I think, the Japanese knotweed was one of them. Yeah, there's some other stuff that they're going after now that we call, that's just an everyday thing that they're like, oh no.
That was a perfect name for that moth,
now.
by the way. The way it wanders and floats or whatever.
Yeah.
It's offensive to the gypsy people.
That's hate mongering what you just did there, Keith.
I
Congratulations.
explained how
you just hatefully compared the moth to the gypsy people or the Romani
What are you working
people
for
or
the
whatever they are.
Entomologist Society of America now?
Man, I mean, we can't abide it.
Well, I was just
can't abide
I'm saying
it.
that it was perfectly named because it wanders around and
So you're saying gypsies wander around?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yes.
Oh wow!
What?
All right,
cow.
You heard it.
What?
I mean,
I'm
I
sorry
rest
that
my
I'm
case,
disappointed
Your Honor.
both of you.
I hope we're going to take that out of the podcast. I'll tell you that.
Right? We can't let that stand. Again, we can't abide it.
Okay.
Also, booksellers. There's a big bookselling association now that has apologized because they let an awful, hateful book slip through. The American Booksellers Association apologized Wednesday for including a book about the harms that come with allowing gender-confused children to transition in their July promotional box. The ABA labeled Abigail Schreier's book Irreversible Damage, The Transgender Craze Seducing Our Daughters, as anti-trans after receiving backlash on social media. In response, the association apologized for committing the inexcusable crime of promoting literature offering an alternative perspective. This is a serious, violent incident that goes against ABA's ends, policies, values, and everything we believe and support. We apologize to our trans members and to the trans community for this terrible incident and the pain we caused them. We also apologize to the LGBTQIA2D plus community at large and to our book-selling community. The community, or the company, went on to conclude that apologies are not enough, and that moving forward, the people at ABA are committed to engaging in the critical dialogue needed to inform concrete steps to address the harm we caused.
Well, they're trying. They're trying, Pat, and they did it again, and they had to apologize again because the CEO, the head lady, went to extensive steps to their Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Committee.
Oh, good. They did go to the Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Committee?
Yes, because she had put out a promo that had, inside this full promo that they did for the ABA, had Candace Owens' book on it.
Don't say that. No, not Candace Owens.
And that was just the same as equating it to violence.
Sure.
And they can't do that. So they, again, when they went to the Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Committee, they're taking plans now to avoid accidentally allowing members to see the covers of books by Black Republicans going forward. So,
help me, Lord.
There's that. There's that.
I mean, we might not be in downtown Berlin yet.
Oh, we're in the suburbs.
We're in the suburbs. We're on the outskirts. We're on the freaking outskirts of Berlin.
Yeah,
right now.
No, but the thing is they're putting together with the Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Committee. How to ban things.
Yeah, I know. I know, and burn books essentially.
Yeah, pretty much.
We're pretty much burning books right now.
Yep.
So again, we're not downtown yet. But we're getting back in the vehicles to head that way.
They have a big tower in downtown Berlin, I think, right?
Yeah.
We can see that.
Yes, we can see it.
Oh,
we can see it. And we're on the Autobahn right now. We're in the suburbs, but we're on the Autobahn headed into downtown.
Now, we're not going to get all the way into Berlin because they've got it fenced off. But we'll get close.
Right.
It's frightening. It really is frightening. It's chilling. These are people who publish books and make books available to people, and now all of a sudden we can't have any differing point of view.
No, you cannot make up your own mind. We can't give you that opportunity anymore. I'm sorry.
And you can't point out that there might be some issues with the transgender situation. There might be some issues lingering that we don't. Maybe it's not just the most wonderful thing in the world.
So now you're a scientist all of a sudden.
Wait, you really upset him over here.
Yeah, I did.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can't hear you though. Okay, there you go.
Okay.
Yeah, you
that's
can
how
I
it
know.
works.
I didn't want to talk anymore. You made me so angry.
Yeah.
I apologize, Jeffy,
Okay.
because it's
we've got people in the government busy in the back.
Yeah, right.
Telling us what the correct thing to think is right now. So
yes, the people in the back are piling up the books and
they sure are
pouring the gasoline on the books.
They
right
sure
now.
are.
And then Facebook will light the match
Done.
and toss it on top of
Have
the
a nice day.
It's pretty amazing.
It sure
It's
is.
pretty amazing where we are right now. And to just imagine 5 years ago, seriously, even after Barack Obama, 5 years ago, you couldn't have imagined this kind of madness. Could you? Could you really have thought that we'd be at this point?
I mean, there's plenty of things that happened, right, that have happened in the last year and a half, 2 years, where you thought, wow, how could that happen?
Right.
How could that happen?
Right.
And there it is,
Yeah.
staring you right in the face. Like it was that way all along.
Right.
What do you mean, how could that happen? This is the way it is.
Jeffy, earlier you were talking about renaming stuff.
Yeah.
It looks like the Asian carp is now.
Oh my God! Don't say that out loud.
This is actually. This makes it better. They're changing it to invasive carp.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wait, are you saying that Asians are invasive then?
Right.
Yes. Yes.
Thank you. That's what the Department of Fish and Wildlife is saying.
That's wrong.
There's a big push about shark attacks too.
That's wrong.
They're trying to say that people shouldn't call it shark attacks that have been bitten and stuff by sharks. It should be, an incident.
Okay.
It should be a run-in. What it should be, they shouldn't be called a shark attack.
What? And it should be okay.
Unreal.
Hold on. It shouldn't be called a shark attack.
Correct.
Hang on, we'll get into this a little bit deeper. But first, I got to tell you about Rough Greens. Been talking about Rough Greens for a while now. Hopefully, you know that this is a supplemental powder that you add to your dog's dry dog food. And the dry dog food has had all of the goodness cooked out of it. It just sterilized. And so it kills all of the probiotics in it and the vitamins and essential minerals that your dog needs to be active and healthy. But Rough Greens puts it all back in there. And most dogs absolutely love this stuff. And my dog has gotten to the point where she doesn't want to eat her food without it. So will your dog love it? Let's make sure. We'll send you a free bag of Rough Greens to try out for a few days or a week. And all you have to pay is shipping. So go to roughgreens.com. That's RUFFgreens.com, roughgreens.com, or call 833-ROUGH-DOG for your free bag.
Pat Gray Unleashed.
888-900-3393.
So apparently, sharks in Australia have hired a public relations firm. And and so as an effort to change their long-standing image as deadly man-eating animals, we're no longer calling them shark attacks, as Jeffy alluded to. They're now negative encounters.
Yes.
So when a shark bites you in half, that was just a negative encounter.
Well, they don't have hands, so when they swim up to you, I think this is the same story where they talked about if they use, it's called mouthing. And that's how they figure out. They're not trying to eat you or be mean. They're just trying to figure out, hey, what are you?
Listen to this.
And that really means a lot to me when I've been bitten in half.
I know.
Did the shark mean to hurt me, or was that an accident?
The Australian Marine Conservation Society told the Sydney Morning Herald that ending the use of such terms help dispel inherent assumptions that sharks are ravenous, mindless, man-eating monsters. So we need to lose the words attack and bite.
Yeah, they get a bad name. They started calling them shark attacks like in the 1930s.
What else are you going to call them? We call them bear attacks when bears attack.
Not anymore, my friends.
That's a negative encounter in the woods, and this is a negative encounter in the ocean.
Do we know that the sharks actually give a rat's anus about
Thank
any of
you.
this? Do we know that? Are we sure?
Well,
that
they hired this PR firm.
Are they sensitive? Are sharks sensitive? We discovered that. Okay.
I just.
We don't like it that they're being called shark attacks. I don't like that at all. As a hammerhead shark myself, I'm offended by that.
Are you an Australian shark or
Japanese?
Oh my gosh! Hang on a second. In a Brazilian sea, as I was looking for the shark attack stuff. Did you see this story, Jeffy? You're nodding like you. This guy. You see this story? This drunk man was urinating in the Brazilian sea, and a shark came up and attacked him.
Uh-oh.
That's a rough way to go.
That's a tough encounter.
That's a negative incident.
You aren't lying. That's a negative incident.
Help us. We are. Goodbye.
Oh, man. Are we sure? That probably took away his toxic masculinity.
Yeah.
Didn't it?
Yeah, that's a negative
Had
encounter.
his toxic masculinity bitten right off.
I mean, that's what they're talking about with the castration, right?
Yeah.
Did we talk about that on Wednesday, or was that on or off the air?
No, I think it was on the air.
Right, because they were saying that sheep castrated live longer, and they're thinking about
it was off air.
It was?
The sheep live longer, castrated.
Right.
So they're thinking that it's possible that would be the same for humans.
Men.
Yeah.
For human men.
Kind of,
you got a bug going on over there?
Flying around. I mean, I don't know what the heck. I mean, I wiped off from the donut goo. Leave me alone.
It's the kolache. It's the kolache. It's after.
All right. You know, data breaches are at an all-time high right now. Hackers are becoming more advanced in their cybersecurity attacks, and email poses the highest risk to identity theft and credit card fraud, among other life-altering scams that just screw you up. That's why you need to start using StartMail. StartMail keeps my email private, period. Every email can be encrypted or protected with a password, which means hackers and big tech can't read, scan, analyze, or sell my personal information ever. So when you delete an email in StartMail, it's gone forever. It's not like when you delete it in Gmail or the Microsoft Mail.
Yeah.
What's it called? Whatever their stupid
MSN.
thing. Yeah, whatever theirs is. When you delete your email, it's not really gone. Wait a minute. What does delete mean? What? So when I delete it, it's still there? Not with Start Mail. It's also backed by the world's most robust privacy laws, and Start Mail uses their own servers, not Amazon's, which means they can't be put out of business like Parler was for a long time. Start securing your email privacy with Start Mail. Sign up today. You'll get 50% off your first year. Go to startmail.com/unleashed. That's startmail with a T. START mail.com/unleashed for 50% off your first year. Startmail.com/unleashed. Welcome. Great to have you with us. Thanks for being here. I got some tweets here. Spiked government pudding tweets. There should be a national survey to find out what percentage millennials and Gen Z Americans know they actually live in America.
Boy, I don't want to see the results of that poll.
Yeah. That old ass bum in there.
Old ass bum in there.
Tweets. Stupid lib progressive communists still can't see that no matter how much they change language, some fool will always be offended. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep. From Jim Eagle, 17. I'm sure Ladybug is on the target list too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Ladybug.
Oh yeah.
That offensive? Well, yeah, it's the
point of personal privilege.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Please do not use gendered language to address everyone.
Right. Thank you.
The trans bug would be a more inclusive name.
Mm-hmm. From Linda, must rename the monarch butterfly. Thinks it's better than other butterflies.
Yeah. Thank you.
That's right.
You should join the entomologists.
I'd have that
club, whatever they call themselves.
Yeah,
those
right.
people.
Oh man,
Them.
Our meetings are they're on fire, man.
Somebody sent this that explains pretty much everything. How Republicans deny people their right to vote.
Okay.
Look at this. I mean, they require citizenship. Bastards.
Right.
They require identification.
Evil.
You must not vote more than once. And you must be alive.
How dare you?
Well, that eliminates about 65% of the vote in Chicago. Thank
How
you,
dare you.
Republicans,
Wow.
for limiting and impressing people's right to vote.
Thank you.
For taking away the right of the dead to vote.
That doesn't even mention that
So
we don't,
typical
that we
of
don't
them.
allow women.
Right? Right? Then we got Joy Reid.
Oh, no.
Who says making Democrats do their job. I'll let her say it. Here you go.
Joining me now is Senator Alex Padilla of California and State Representative Chris Turner, chair of the Texas House Democratic Caucus. I want to start with you, Representative Turner. First, I have to talk to you about this threat to have you all arrested when you return to Texas and supposedly to track you down like the Fugitive Slave Act is still in force. Now, what do you make of that?
Okay,
those
I can't
threats?
stop. I can't even hear his response. Like the Fugitive Slave Act.
That's an example of why you know Joy Reid and you love her. Why you know you love her.
I can't take
It's just an example of
Isn't
that.
she good?
She's great.
Is she good? Oh,
Yes.
yeah, she's great.
Yes.
Good. She's great. I mean, that's so insulting to anybody who has ancestors who lived through that, who lived through the Fugitive Slave Act. That is pathetic. That's outrageous. How is it that they get away with this all the time? Every day they get away with this kind of rhetoric.
They sure do.
Whereas if a Republican said it, they'd be off the air. They'd lose their job. They'd be.
Well,
I mean, you can't even say the word Nazi anymore.
yeah, it might be the fact she's on MSNBC and nobody's watching.
That could be.
That could also
right.
be the answer.
If a tree falls in the forest,
Right.
nobody's
I know.
there.
I
right?
mean, we're bringing it to light. More people know about it than
That's true.
when it aired.
Okay, pretend you didn't see it.
Okay.
We didn't even see it. Let me tell you about Omega XL. This is something great that can finally get you out of pain. If you've been suffering with pain that's brought on by inflammation, it's time to stop. And Omega XL certainly stopped my pain from inflammation in my elbow. And I haven't had it come back since. You could experience the same thing. This can be life-changing and just make your days a lot better. There's nothing worse than being in pain all day, every day. So go to OmegaXL.com/Pat right now. When you buy your first bottle, we'll throw in a second one for free. Visit omegaxl.com/Pat. Buy one, get one free. omegaxl.com/Pat or 800-844-4888. Triple 800-933-93. Pat Unleashed on Twitter. What do you think of this? This kind of broke a couple days ago. We haven't gotten to this story about the Utah company that made the Glock look like a Lego toy. That doesn't seem like a good idea to me. Why would you do that?
Well, I haven't seen this.
You haven't seen it? Seriously?
Seriously.
It's kind of a big deal because, gun owners, I mean, we don't have to defend absolutely everything that happens with a gun. And this is irresponsible. Why would you make a gun look like a toy for children to want to pick up? And
did you send a picture in? Do we have a picture to show the audience here?
I don't.
Lego Glock. Okay, well, I'll send this over there.
But I mean, the hardcore will
super
say,
fun.
So, so.
I mean, if you always keep your gun in a safe place and children have no access to it ever, well, maybe then you're going to be okay. But you never know what's going to happen. And when.
No, you don't.
So,
you never know what's going to happen.
You never know. You never know.
You do have an idea of when sometimes.
You do.
You do.
Mm-hmm.
Just sometimes.
But, so I don't know. I'm going to say no to the Lego toy handgun. Have you seen it yet?
Yeah, I'm seeing it, yeah.
And
so what's the point of it?
What are your thoughts on it?
I mean,
they said we want guns to be fun.
Guns to be fun. I mean, you could almost
we need
to teach your kids to be comfortable with them. Say, look, without them without the risk of shooting your foot off.
Pushing the limit, though, right? What's the point?
Yeah, what is the point?
What is the point?
Right.
I don't know if we're going to be able to get it turned around.
It's a really good point. What is the point?
What is the point?
It's a point on the point.
So it's a Lego. I'm surprised this
Here
came.
it is. There it is.
Lego is I mean, that's a European company. That's surprising in of itself.
And did they allow it? Probably not.
Oh, I see. Okay, so this isn't. So somebody just.
No,
I don't know.
Utah
company. They sent a cease and desist. Okay, so somebody just built this and said, haha, look at this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, no Lego guns. I'm going to take a stand on that and say
Are
no
you?
Lego guns.
Wow.
I'll probably get hammered for it.
Why do you hate the Second Amendment? You don't even believe in the Constitution anymore?
No, I guess not.
I mean, does this gun...
The Bill of Rights, what are they? Okay.
Thomas Jefferson had Lego guns. I bet... Well, he would have if they had Legos.
This next, I can't make a Lego cannon. Okay.
I mean, what is
you
this?
You can make a Lego cannon. Don't make a real cannon look like a Lego cannon, although the kids probably can't shoot the cannon anyway.
So is the issue
that
that Legos are for kids? Or the issue that you're building a gun, or what?
Yeah, you're making it look like a toy that's going to attract a child, and the child's going to pick it up.
That was the whole point of not being able to. We put the orange cap on the fake guns, right? And then we even got in trouble for that.
Yes. This is not. This is like all sorts of colors and stuff. I mean, do we get rid of candy cigarettes too? Because it might attract. Oh boy!
Don't be
See
silly.
here, now we're getting into progressive area here.
Yeah.
With regulating behavior and attracting the wrong people to it. I disagree. I think it's fine.
So you think the Lego toy gun is fine?
Yeah, I mean, does it shoot people?
Yes, it shoots people.
It's
It's a real gun.
Oh, it's a real gun? I thought it was just a toy.
No. Oh my gosh! If it was a toy, that would be fine.
Hang on, I sent the pic. It's in.
Yeah, it's a real gun. It's a Glock.
That was the
that made to look like a Lego gun.
Okay, now we're in a different world here.
Hello.
I thought it was just a model.
Oh no! All of a sudden, you hate the Second Amendment.
Yeah,
okay,
that's right.
Fine.
That's right.
You guys, man. Wow.
Hold on. Time out. Stop for a second. Where are they selling this?
At Toys R Us.
Shut up!
I don't know.
That's out of business.
I don't know where they're selling it.
Kinko's and Xerox stores is where they're selling the Lego guns.
Okay, good. Well, then that's fine.
It's fine.
Then it's fine.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I'm not going to worry about it anymore. I'm going on vacation in 20 minutes.
I honestly,
care?
I want kids to learn how to and respect firearms.
Guns, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So adding this element in there is It's not the best tack
it's not
to
a great
take.
idea.
No,
It's just not a great idea.
Just teach your kid with your actual weapon.
Yes.
And because this
I'm
goes
all
the
about that.
opposite of what gun owners say, it's not a toy.
Right.
It is a life and death instrument in
Yes.
your hands.
Yes.
That's the angle that he's.
And
I'm
so
sorry.
you
I
don't
thought we were
wanna
talking
make
about a
it
toy.
So you don't want to make it look like a toy when it's an actual
Because that's not
handgun.
educating your kids properly in the handling of firearms.
Exactly right. Yeah, if it were just a Lego gun,
Right.
I mean, I don't.
That's
have
what
any
I was
problem.
trying to figure out. I
Would have a
was
problem
not
with that.
familiar with this story at all.
I guess not. All right. 888-900-3393. Also at Pat Unleashed on Twitter. Joe Manchin says he's very, very disturbed about reconciliation proposals on climate change. Good. How about that?
There's some hope.
Now, he presents himself as a guy who could maybe go either way on certain issues, on certain votes. And he's acting like it right now.
It's
for the first time he's acting like it.
Well, he's got a lot of power
Yeah.
right now, right? He's the guy that wields. I mean, they're coming to his office.
You bet
and
they
waiting in the lobby to see what he wants to do.
I bet he meets a dozen people a day.
I bet he does.
Right. I mean, he's wielding a lot of power.
They
right
thought
now.
they thought early on and I contend that this was one of Biden's stumbles was when he started to talk about Manchin's wife because they were talking about the filibuster.
Didn't he give her a gig?
Gave her a gig the next day after he said, "Well, we've got ways to." Well, yeah, never mind. I was, because something you hold really dear because they were talking about the filibuster.
Yeah.
Anyway, but
Yeah.
it's amazing that Manchin has really held firm the last 6 months.
He has. And he is a little concerned about a key element in the $3.5 trillion economic plan, the provisions dealing with climate change that have been sought by progressives. So he's worried. He's obviously from West Virginia, which is big coal country.
Mm-hmm.
And he believes that this element in the bill would eliminate fossil fuels. Well, you can't. If that's true, you can't vote for that.
No way.
I don't care if you're from West Virginia or
Doesn't matter where you're from.
or North Dakota. It doesn't matter. A warning sign for Democrats who need all 50 members of their caucus to sign off on the plan in order to get it through the Senate. But the climate provisions are key to getting support from liberals in the House. He said, I know they have the climate portion in here, and I'm concerned about that because if they're eliminating fossil fuels, and I'm finding out there's a lot of language in places they're eliminating fossil fuels, which is very, very disturbing because if you're sticking your head in the sand and saying that fossil fuel has to be eliminated in America and they want to get rid of it and thinking that's going to clean up the global climate, it won't clean it up.
Amen.
At all.
Wow.
If anything, it would be worse. Thank you, Joe Manchin.
Mm-hmm.
No kidding.
If he sticks to that, we'll be okay. If he doesn't, this could be a nightmare.
So all they're going to do is rewrite the bill, take out the word fossil, so that when him and his staff hit Control F on the bill on their computers, they won't.
Right.
Oh, look, they took the fossil fuel restrictions out. We're
okay,
good now.
it's fine.
I'm on board.
All right. He could also cave easily without them changing a thing because of pressure that he's going to get from Democrats.
Right.
Can you imagine the pressure
Oh,
this guy is under right now? The hammering he's getting.
You better hope there's no skeletons in his closet.
Oh, man. Because they'll use them.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think there is.
It seems like
it's,
no.
I feel like he's pretty strong. If Biden is giving the wife a gig to try to get to him,
Mm-hmm.
it seems like maybe the closet is pretty bare on other stuff.
I hope so.
Yeah,
I really hope so. Let me tell you about real estate agents I trust. If you're moving, you're looking for a place, and maybe you have to sell your home, and then you have to buy one because you're relocating, you need a really good realtor. And that's especially true right now. There's all kinds of things going on in real estate right now. And apparently it's a really good thing to sell a home. It's a little tougher buying them because, man, they go fast. That's what I'm hearing anyway. I haven't sold or bought in 9 years.
Oh, yeah,
so.
yeah. I had somebody on my block put a house out for sale. And
did it go really fast?
I mean, there were people lined up before.
I saw
Really?
a house leaving my neighborhood this morning that had the for sale sign in the front yard. And I went, oh, they're selling? And it already had sale pending.
No
on
way.
the top
Really?
of the sign. Yeah. I mean, I never
Wow.
not once saw the for sale sign, let alone sale pending.
Red hot.
And people are getting, tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands in some cases, more than the asking price because there's, so much demand for homes at all. So you want somebody to help you navigate all of this? buying and selling, these are the realtors you can turn to and you can trust because they're the ones with the really good marketing plans. They have really great track records. These are the best realtors in your area. Real Estate Agents I Trust. The name says it all. realestateagentsitrust.com.
It's Pat Gray Unleashed on the Blaze.
Science. 888-900 3393 and at Pat Unleashed on Twitter. I'll tell you something.
Why are you playing those bougie clips?
Because
he's going on vacation. He doesn't care.
It's a madhouse.
Playing around, man.
I'm just trying to tell you something. The science is in, and it's a madhouse.
Okay.
That's what it is right now.
That's what it is right now.
We haven't seen this electric car fire in Britain yet, right? This is what prompted Britain to try to pass a bill where you can't park an electric car underground. You heard about that?
Can't park
it underground?
I think that's Bulgaria. Is Britain doing that too?
I think.
Wow.
I think so.
Well, look at this. Very dramatic.
Let's like 5 people in Bulgaria.
Check this out.
Yeah. Okay, so this guy's charging up here, and wait, is there smoke? Wait, what's happening here? Oh no!
Oh boy!
Voldemort arrives.
Oh boy! Oh my!
Oh, bro! Oh, it just melted the side of that other car, the truck.
Oh my God!
Now the guy in the truck realizes what's happening when he gets back there, and he's like, "Oh, I'm going to move my truck."
I'm going to move my truck.
But you're not actually, because look what happened to it.
Oh no!
Oh, I hope he got out okay. I'm sure he's fine, like a Russian
man, that
Mm.
stinks to be the guy in the truck. He almost made it.
It's so funny. I'm going to move my truck.
Yeah, right.
It's in a good place
You
right
can
now.
burn up. I'm out of here. Golly. That's rough.
That is rough.
That's a bad day.
That's not a good day.
No,
but that's going to transform our economy when we have all those stations in the infrastructure bill all over the country.
Right. Why does it matter if you're doing that underground or not?
Because the fire trucks can't get down there to put it out. Plus, these batteries burn forever. They cannot. They just have to burn themselves out. We learned that with the Tesla crash too.
Exactly what he said.
Pat's ready.
What he said.
He's like, whatever. 11 minutes. I'm out of here.
Yeah. It's about 12 minutes. Well, 11 and a half minutes, and then I'm on vacation. So
okay.
Not that I'm counting.
Oh yeah,
paying attention to that at
all.
Anyway,
there's the gun.
There's a gun, and do you see that it's not just the Lego?
It's
you
not
can
a
see
Glock.
the
It's a
handle.
Block 19.
Yeah,
Get it?
That's funny. You see the little
that
real
changes
gun?
my analogy with the candy cigarettes because it's not a candy gun. That's a real gun. I just thought it was
right.
I don't know if you know this, Keith, but even if it were a Lego gun, it still wouldn't be a candy gun.
Did I say candy gun?
Just saying.
Did I say candy gun?
I don't know because I wasn't paying attention because I'm on vacation in 11 minutes. A little less than 11 minutes. No.
Okay, what else you got for us over there?
The moon is wobbling.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
Oh,
that
no.
sucks.
Good stuff.
Apparently, that's going to cause devastating worldwide flooding in the 2030s, according to NASA.
What?
That's what they're warning.
Wake me up in the 2030s.
Yeah, because you'll want to get away from the seashore in the 2030s because the moon is wobbling.
Right.
Well, but it wouldn't be so bad, but you add to that the rising seas from climate change. Oh, look at that. There's Jeffy stuck between the moon and New York City.
I thought it was wobbling.
Yeah.
I didn't realize.
His name is Jeffy.
If you got stuck there, it'd stop the wobble, so that might be a good thing.
Oh, you could be a hero, Jeffy.
Yeah. Right. Then we won't have the terrible flooding. But supposedly it's going to combine with rising seas resulting from the planet's warming.
Oh my gosh! Stop with this.
And,
This is NASA saying this.
Yes,
Okay.
of course. NASA's become a global warming.
And are they saying that
corporation.
this is all possible, right?
The world faces an onslaught of coastal flooding starting in the mid-2030s due to the wobble. NASA is warning numbers of floods could quadruple.
Okay.
Could. As the gravitational
In some
effects of the
months.
lunar cycle combine with climate change to produce a decade of dramatic increases in water disasters.
Water
under
disasters.
Under the preface of could.
Could.
Yeah.
Could happen. The space agency said coastal cities would experience rapidly increasing high tide floods, and they would occur in clusters lasting a month or longer.
Right, if it happened.
Yeah. Yes, if it happened.
Right.
So that all
But
could.
can we be honest? NASA, anybody, whether you're on the left or the right, depending on which administration is in office, can always use something that NASA said, because whoever is in control of the administration at any given time, NASA's on board with their ideology.
But it's going to be fixed anyway, so don't even worry about it. Because all the billionaires are getting together in Sun Valley. They're all coming together.
Oh, that's good.
They've all flown their private
Fix it.
jets to Sun Valley, Idaho, and they're going to fix this climate change situation.
I think it's already fixed. I think it's over now.
Is it over?
Yeah.
That's good.
Okay. Took them a while, but thank you for doing that. A cabal of some of the most high-profile people in media, finance, and technology descended on Idaho's resort town of Sun Valley in private jets this week to tackle climate change in private jets this week. She's like,
These
the
people.
hypocrites. The hypocrisy.
Oh, man.
I just can't.
The airports, the local surrounding airports were packed with all the jets.
Yeah.
So much so
That's
the
how many there were.
FAA had to shut down air traffic flow.
They shut down air traffic.
In California, they had to slow down the departure flights because there was too many planes over Idaho circling to land. Yeah. It was a sad time, too, actually, for Bill
Gates. But they fixed
it,
right? They fixed it. Why was it sad
time for Bill Gates?
Because he gave his little climate change speech and everything, but in one interview, he broke down a little bit. Was going through the divorce.
Did he cry?
Yeah,
he cried.
Almost.
He can
about
cry?
Climate change?
Almost. No, it was about the wife and the divorce and everything.
Oh, he cried about his wife and his divorce.
Yeah,
what about his
really tough for him.
multiple mistresses?
Multiple? I thought he just had the one.
Still cried?
No, he's had multiple.
Multiple, multiple. Yeah. He still cried, though, even though he has multiple mistresses.
The story was that he almost cried, I think.
Almost cried.
I don't think it's possible. I don't think Bill Gates knows how to cry.
I don't think so either.
I don't think it's physically
Put on a little
possible.
show there. That's good for him. Good for him. Then we come to Brian Stelter. Speaking of billionaires, he's got a little issue with billionaires.
Yeah, because he's
apparently.
not one.
Yeah, right.
So this is a montage from one show, I believe, where he was just upset that billionaires like Bezos and company are going to space.
Okay.
And they're not spending their money here.
Yeah,
as an editor at Politico put it recently, have to wonder if in the future billionaires taking vanity tours of space while the climate overheats will be one of those moments that historians write about. There is quite a contrast in the news these days. The need to cover power and influence in this era of extreme wealth and inequality is only growing. I sometimes call this the billionaires beat, and it's very visible right now with Branson halfway to the edge of space. Bezos stepped down from Amazon. Remember, he was CEO. Now he's chairman, so he's given up the CEO job. Then he announces he's going to space. And then Branson comes along with this earlier date. So, Teddy, is that the billionaire beat in a nutshell? These guys who can afford to do anything just trying to leapfrog each other?
Who cares?
I think today is a great example, Brian, of the fact that, like, the billionaire beat, as it's called, isn't like a luxury beat about the rich and famous doing crazy stuff. It's a beat about power, about inequality, about democracy.
Right.
Well, to that point,
democracy.
Nick, do you think
good
Branson
gosh.
is thinking about
Gotta be
those
kidding
factors, thinking about extreme inequality? Is he thinking
Democracy.
about
He's
those
thinking about
issues
democracy.
and how this looks?
That's what he's
that a
thinking
bunch
about.
of billionaires are trying to leave the planet when the globe is getting hotter and the people are getting more and more divided. Like, do you think he's aware of that?
And
Or
they're flying private jets. Let's not talk about that. Pause it for a second. Let's not talk about the real issue with these billionaires that they're flying private jets to a climate change meeting.
And plus, Elon Musk is leaving the planet because he is concerned about the planet.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
He wants to go. That's what he's doing it for.
Oh, man. All right. Before we get back to Brian Stelter finishing in whatever bizarre rant he's on, let's go to Paul in North Carolina. Hey, Paul, you're on the Blaze.
Bingo!
Nice job, Paul. You got right to it. Beautiful. That's how it's done right there. All right. So where did your bingo happen?
Middle column.
Middle column headed down. And it starts with Keith saying,
Good grief.
Good grief. Then it goes to this science thing.
Paul, are you still with us?
No, he's...
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
I got to make Pat work before he goes on vacation.
Thank you.
All right. I'll do it.
Center square,
It's
Pat?
almost as if. All right, that's the center square. Then you come down to It's a Madhouse and Jeffy excusing something shady.
That's a free square.
Free square right there. All right, Paul, did we get you fixed up with the $35 certificate or code or whatever it is?
You sure did.
Okay, man.
Excellent.
Thanks a lot. Appreciate your listening.
Enjoy. Thank you.
PatheadShop.com.
That's where you go to get all of the merch.
Yep.
That is fabulous, hip, cool, and super comfortable.
Under 4 minutes to go until your vacation.
Under 4 minutes. We're now
Do you
under
want to risk
4
an
minutes.
aneurysm before your vacay?
Yeah, let's see
what's
the rest
end
of this stupid Stelter thing.
Another headline for you. On Friday in Death Valley, California, it was 130 degrees, the highest temperature ever. Saturday, same thing.
Pause it. No, that is not the highest temperature ever, stupid. Jeez.
Did you want the guest to say that? Did you want the guest to say it? Brian,
yes.
One thing, Brian. That wasn't the hottest temperature ever, stupid.
I wish.
Go ahead with your
That'd be
question,
nice.
though, Brian. Go ahead.
No, it is not. If you're gonna ramble on about hot temperature, yes, 130 degrees is hot.
Yes,
okay?
absolutely.
It's unusually hot.
Absolutely.
But it's not the hottest ever. 134 is the hottest
And we're
ever.
absolutely experiencing drought issues throughout the West.
Yes.
And we're starting
true.
to get some wildfires going on now. Lake Mead is darn near at drop dead.
So is the Great Salt
dead
Lake.
pool.
The Great Salt Lake is drying up as well.
Yeah.
To a certain extent. But which is worse, if it's drying up or if it's flooding? Because when I first moved to Salt Lake City, it was flooding.
Right.
And I worked at a radio station that was way out in North Salt Lake, and you had to take a boat to get to our transmitter.
Oh, wow.
That's how.
What year was that, roughly?
Early 80s.
Oh, see, that was before the combustible engine, and that's and then that came along, and then now it's
right. Yeah.
Well, they started building
It
roads
predated
and
the
bridges.
combustible engine.
Right, the 80s. I mean, how old were you?
Did you have to? Was it a rowboat or
Yeah, our engineer
What, really?
took a little rowboat
a
out there.
flatbed out to the?
Oh
out
no!
to the
Did he have to like
transmitter?
put all of
Yeah.
his tools in the boat that he was
Yep.
going to use out there?
Sure did.
Oh,
Sure did.
oh, that would have been a fun job.
Yeah, that was an amazing time. And then we had this for like a year. We had this unbelievable fog that descended on the city every single night, And I'll never forget, driving out to see my girlfriend at the time, Jackie, taking my life in my hands, but I didn't care because I had to get out
Because I had to get out there for a little Jackie business.
I had to roll down the window. Stop it. I had to roll down the window and put my head out the window so I could see where I was on the street. That's how thick the fog was.
Wow. And now that doesn't happen.
But now that doesn't happen because the Great Salt Lake dried up.
I see.
Yeah, it's not there anymore.
Well, don't forget.
It's completely gone.
It's completely gone.
Really?
There's not a drop of lake
Are they
left.
building on it yet? Or is it...
Yes. They've started housing
Okay.
in the Great Salt Lake Basin right now.
But look, they just have to wait, 10 years according to NASA, and there's going to be plenty of water there.
Well, that's true.
The seas are going to rise and flood, and
right?
probably reach all the way to Utah.
All right.
Is that good?
We're about done
We're
now.
done?
I think
All right.
have we done enough?
All right.
Have we done enough damage for
I think so.
a week?
I think so.
Yes, there's the music. We've done enough damage for a week. There's the music.
Well, so you got to go pack.
I do.
You gotta go pack.
All right, we'll have fun on the cruise. Don't get tested too
Thank
much.
you. Yeah, we're
I
the
hope nobody
Missouri
comes down
cruise.
with COVID.
The Missouri-Illinois cruise.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful cruise.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Not a lot of cruise lines do that cruise.
You're going to be going
Not a
through some
lot.
rural parts. I would love to have you log all the Kinkos that you see, because it's probably going to be...
Watch for me on Twitter. I'll do
there
just that.
aren't any.
Have a great week. And Jeffy will be filling in next week. We'll see you in a week and a half.
Gray, only on the Blaze Radio Network.